Hi guys, have you subscribed to this Donna Dewberry channel? Well, I'm thrilled to come on and share with you lots of lessons, but to do that, I need you to subscribe and go to notifications and ring the bell so that you're notified when I'm coming on. I have lots of special free streaming lessons that are great for you to come on live with me. So please go do that and stay tuned for the lesson. Welcome to Practice Strokes, and this week we're going to work on another brush in my signature FolkArt One Stroke signature brushes. As I created these brushes, these are the 13 most used ever of my brushes. So if you're buying my value pack, in the value pack they have the green handle brushes, and these are my 10 most used brushes. Many flat brushes are in this collection. Okay, and so not this angle is a set of angles. All right, so it's 10 brushes, a flat, scruffy, and a 2 script liner. So as we go into signature brushes, those good, better, best, those are good brushes. These are the best. And these, when I say best, they have a better ferrule, the silver part, better bristles, and the handles are very smooth and wonderful. The difference is with the green handle brushes is if you leave them in water a little bit, they'll be okay as you're painting and working. But with these brushes, you have to clean them out as you use them so you don't crack the paint that's been dipped and dipped to get a nice finish. Does that make sense? All right, so today's brushes, we've done some flat brushes and a round brush. Now we're going to go to a rake brush. Now, what happens, this is called a feather on here. Some people call it feather, some people call it a rake brush. So each time we come on, I want to share you how to use this brush. Now, all my signature brushes that are specialty brushes have my roses on them. All right. And all the lavender and white brushes are flats and script liners and things like this. All right. Let's see and make sure that you'll see that. See? So this is the feather brush, the fan brush, the scruffies. They all have the signature roses. All right. So today I'm going to be on cardstock. And what I'm going to do is we can put a little bit of floating medium down in the middle. We won't use it much. All right. Now, with this brush, I want you to see, I'm going to wet this really quick so you can see there are, let's move this. There are thinner bristles. It's like, I don't know if you ladies, you guys might not know this, but they'll take scissors and clip in the middle of your hair to thin out, but the scissors have places that won't cut. So if you can see, this brush is full of bristles to here. And then these last bristles are like half the bristles. All right. So as you're stroking this, you'll get a thin, nice feathery effect. So I'm going to show you that we do hair and grass and different things with this rake brush. Now, usually I'm going to pick up a couple of colors. All right. And I'm going to come on here and we're going to go really carefully on here over so you can see. All right, let me come here. Now I want you to see that that's too much water. You see that? I'm going to lay it on the paper towel and let some of the water run out. And then I don't have enough paint. So let's grab a little bit of both colors. Okay, so see what happens when you don't have too much water? That's the difference. All right. So you can see all those little bristles. So that's how we make fur and hair. And this is too much water. All right. So let's go here and come across here. So we can do tall, tall grass, thin grass. Now you can also take this brush on the chisel and you can go up like this and have a little bit more control. It would be thinner than using a flat brush because there's less bristles. Okay, I'm going to wash that brush out and I'm going to tap into some apple red on the tip and maybe some white. All right, so now I can come in here and tap some little flowers. So you can do thin and get thicker as you come down, or thicker here and get thin as you go up. Thick. And I kind of control it better, I think, when I do it that way. But I can also grab little bits of white with purples or yellows or whatever. Okay. All right. I should have done this when I had the green. I can take the green and aqua and I can go right across the bottom here. Get some more. Okay. We'll get a little bit of medium. And I can have this path. See how that path comes to you? All right. I can also come in here with little bits of white and this, and use the whole flat of the brush. All right. A little bit of aqua. Kind of gets a watercolor effect. All right, so see that? Okay, now watch this. I've got two colors, yellow, ochre, and white, and I'm pouncing the chisel. So I can just keep working with this brush. All right. So far I did everything in here with this one brush. Okay. Now, let's show you a couple of other things. All right, let's look at some hair. All right. So I would use water. So this was dampened. I'm gonna come right here to the paper towel and lay it on. And then let's start with yellow ochre and a little bit of white. All right, so we're going to come right here and let's do some fur or feathers on an owl. I've been doing owls lately. All right, so that's that color. Now I can wipe on the paper towel and let's get some Pueblo. Now, if you notice, I'm up on the chisel. See, I'm up on the chisel. I want you to see me when I go get more paint. So more paint. I'm standing straight up and I take the whole brush. I'm not flipping. I take the whole brush with me. And I do raccoons and different cats and like a calico cat. I do these different ones just like this. And I wipe that off a little bit. I picked up some burnt umber. With a raccoon, I do browns and whites and blacks. So I got a little heavy there. Can you see? Okay, so if it's too heavy, or it's got a little heavy there, but how you can start seeing, then I can leave that burnt umber in there and go get some white. and lighten up where I've got too heavy where you can't see it. But it doesn't have to be white. It can be whatever color's next if you need to. All right, I go back to the burnt umber. I wash that out a little bit. Okay. So with raccoon, it's black, white, brown, black, white, brown. Okay. And calico cat, you can do this. You can also do this feathering effect for an owl going down its body. All right, so I want to also show you, this is good when I'm doing waves in the ocean, when I'm coming up. All right, and I can bring some greens in there into the ocean. I can go back and forth, and I'll work it in to the teal. All right, then I can still, I come in here with this brush, and I can get the water down here. Right down along here, the water comes in. And I can take a little bit of white. All right, for the water. And I can tap on top of here foam. The foam will be all in here. I know you don't see it too well. But what's nice about this fan brush when you're doing this, when you're doing the water coming up, is that as I'm coming here, it gives you nice streaks coming up. Isn't that kind of fun? Look at that really close. And that's on water, so it looks a little watercolory. But if you're on canvas, it doesn't go away that easily. All right, so isn't that a pretty wave? And I can come in here with the citrus and a little white and citrus, and bring a bright, lighter color through here. But look, I go back and forth, and it rubs it into very gently, better than a flat brush. You see that? It gives you the glow in the wave. And then I could come back in here and bring some more of the teal up there. So see, the thing is that you can keep working with it. All right, but listen, when I want to make this work in, I wipe this off on a paper towel, and then I go back and forth until it blends well. All right, so just kind of play with it. It's a fun brush. All right, and the last thing I want to show you is how to get hair. All right, so when I did I have a family packet where I did like all the backs of family, like their angels, and I showed how to do all kinds of hair. All right, so let's try medium and show you what that might do. It kind of gives a see-through, but whenever you want to thin something, you usually would not use medium. Okay, you're going to go to water and work it in a little bit so it's not just water. Okay, so now look what happens. So if you do Santa's beard or fur, all right, so here's blonde hair. I use white and gray or white and a tan color to get hair for beards. So usually like a little bit of medium gray. All right, so that's the first step. But look what happens if I get some of this thin and some of the white. All right, so let's start down here. So I'm going to get yellow ochre and then grab some white. Grab white. So what this is going to do is give you a glow. So yellow ochre, keep watching, yellow ochre, some white. You see the white, what a difference it makes on whatever color. So you might want yellow ochre with burnt sienna. I mean, to get a red, you might want yellow ochre with our bright yellow, like daffodil, with some reds to get a pretty color. But see, I overdid the white. Then I can come right back in here and add some dark back in here and there. But see the streaks? Look how wonderful. So imagine this being Santa's beard, and it's got grays or a gnome beards, all kinds. But there's your hair. And so you can come around and do curls. Okay. So you're coming down and flipping it. Okay. There we go. And that's our rake brush. Feather. I might say rake brush sometimes in books and all, but it's called a feather. Until next week, thank you.